CLEP English Literature Poetry questions. Question 1. Can the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock help identify which author? Option A. Virginia Woolf. Option B. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C. Lawrence Sterne. Option D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option D. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock is a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. Alfred, Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH, Lawrence Sterne is linked to Tristram Shandy. Virginia Woolf points instead to Mrs. Dalloway, so it does not match this clue. Question 2. If a line moves mostly unstressed stressed 5 times, which concept is being tested? Option A. Ballad stanza. Option B. Free verse. Option C. Terza rima. Option D. Iambic pentameter. The correct answer is option D. Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter fits because iambic pentameter is built from 5 iambs, creating the common 10-syllable rhythm used in much English verse and drama. Ballad stanza is wrong because ballad stanza is a narrative quatrain pattern, not a single 5-foot line. Free verse and terza rima describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 3. Recognizing a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener points to which term? Option A. Tone. Option B. Elegy. Option C. Ode. Option D. Dramatic monologue. The correct answer is option D. Dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue fits because it means a poem in which a single speaker reveals character while addressing an implied listener. Tone and elegy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Ode is also different. Elegy mourns the dead, epic narrates heroic action. Ode is a formal lyric of praise or meditation. Question 4. Studying a CLEP-style clue. When a CLEP-style passage shows that a passage uses unrhymed iambic pentameter in elevated drama or epic, which answer works? Option A. Blank verse. Option B. Heroic couplet. Option C. Free verse. Option D. Ottava rima. The correct answer is option A. Blank verse. Blank verse fits because blank verse is unrhymed iambic pentameter, a form strongly associated with Shakespearean drama and Miltonic epic. Heroic couplet is wrong because heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ottava rima and free verse describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 5. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue during character review, which work belongs with J. Alfred Prufrock? Option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option B. Volpone. Option C. My Last Duchess. Option D. The Second Coming. The correct answer is option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Prufrock is Eliot's self-conscious speaker associated with modern alienation and paralysis. Beowulf is an epic hero, Gulliver is Swift's traveler, Othello is Shakespeare's tragic general. Question 6. Among these terms, which one names a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter? Option A. Sonnet. Option B. Iambic pentameter. Option C. Octave. Option D. Unreliable narrator. The correct answer is option A. Sonnet. Sonnet fits because it means a 14-line lyric poem usually written in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter and octave refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Unreliable narrator is also different. Ballad is a song-like narrative, epic is long and heroic, essay is nonfiction prose. Question 7. Choose the work most closely linked with Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option A. Lyrical ballads. Option B. The Importance of Being Earnest. Option C. In Memoriam AHH. Option D. Waiting for Godot. The correct answer is option C. In Memoriam AHH. In Memoriam AHH fits because it is Alfred, Lord Tennyson's work, a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. The Importance of Being Earnest is associated with Oscar Wilde. Waiting for Godot is associated with Samuel Beckett. Lyrical ballads belongs with William Wordsworth, not this author clue. Question 8. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue. When Jonathan Swift appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Don Juan. Option B. Volpone. Option C. The Canterbury Tales. Option D. Gulliver's Travels. The correct answer is option D. Gulliver's Travels. Gulliver's Travels fits because it is Jonathan Swift's work, a prose satire that attacks politics, science, pride, and human folly. Volpone is associated with Ben Jonson. Don Juan is associated with Lord Byron. The Canterbury Tales belongs with Geoffrey Chaucer, not this author clue. Question 9. During work matching, which title belongs to Robert Browning? Option A. Omrose. Option B. The Rape of the Lock. Option C. The Temple. Option D, My Last Duchess. The correct answer is option D, My Last Duchess. My Last Duchess fits because it is Robert Browning's work, a dramatic monologue revealing character through a speaker's controlled self-exposure. Ulmrose is associated with Derek Walcott, The Temple is associated with George Herbert. The Rape of the Lock belongs with Alexander Pope, not this author. Clue. Question 10. Recognizing Seamus Heaney should lead to which title? Option A, Lyrical Ballads. Option B, Robinson Crusoe. Option C, North. Option D, Troilus and Cresside. The correct answer is option C, North. North fits because it is Seamus Heaney's work, a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery and memory. Lyrical Ballads is associated with William Wordsworth, Robinson Crusoe is associated with Daniel Defoe. Troilus and Cresside belongs with Geoffrey Chaucer, not this author. Clue. Question 11. Tracing a CLEP style clue, how would a clue about Derek Walcott most likely be answered? Option A, Ulmrose. Option B, Frankenstein. Option C, The Remains of the Day. Option D, To His Coy Mistress. The correct answer is option A, Ulmrose. Ulmrose fits because it is Derek Walcott's work, a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. Frankenstein is associated with Mary Shelley, The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. To His Coy Mistress belongs with Andrew Marvell, not this author. Clue. Question 12. How should a CLEP author clue for Ode on a Grecian urn be answered? Option A, John Keats. Option B, Charlotte Bronte. Option C, Edmund Spenser. Option D, James Joyce. The correct answer is option A, John Keats. John Keats fits because Ode on a Grecian Urn is a romantic ode meditating on art, beauty, permanence and human transience. Charlotte Bronte is linked to Jane Eyre, Edmund Spenser is linked to the Fairy Queen. James Joyce points instead to Ulysses, so it does not match this clue. Question 13. Study cards should connect Andrew Marvell with which work? Option A, Othello. Option B, Ode to the West Wind. Option C, To His Coy Mistress. Option D, Mrs. Dalloway. The correct answer is option C, To His Coy Mistress. To His Coy Mistress fits because it is Andrew Marvell's work, a carpe diem metaphysical poem that moves from persuasion to urgency. Othello is associated with William Shakespeare, Mrs. Dalloway is associated with Virginia Woolf. Ode to the West Wind belongs with Percy Bysshe Shelley, not this author. Clue. Question 14. Which work includes Pip and Miss Havisham? Option A, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option B, Don Juan. Option C, Great Expectations. Option D, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The correct answer is option C, Great Expectations. Pip and Miss Havisham belong to Dickens's Victorian novel about class, guilt, and moral growth. Tess belongs to Hardy, Stephen Dedalus belongs to Joyce, Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 15. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, identify the writer normally connected with songs of innocence and experience. Option A, Charles Dickens. Option B, Samuel Johnson. Option C, Virginia Woolf. Option D, William Blake. The correct answer is option D, William Blake. William Blake fits because Songs of Innocence and Experience is visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression and spiritual perception. Charles Dickens is linked to Great Expectations, Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 16. How should a CLEP author clue for the Canterbury Tales be answered? Option A, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option B, John Keats. Option C, Charlotte Bronte. Option D, Geoffrey Chaucer. The correct answer is option D, Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer fits because the Canterbury Tales is a Middle English frame narrative that uses pilgrims to create a state satire. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind, John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn. Charlotte Bronte points instead to Jane Eyre, so it does not match this clue. Question 17. Considering a CLEP-style clue, can Dover Beach help identify which author? Option A, anonymous Old English poet. Option B, Salman Rushdie. Option C, Matthew Arnold. Option D, William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option C, Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold fits because Dover Beach is a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy and cultural uncertainty. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet, anonymous Old English poet is linked to Beowulf. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 18. Reviewing a CLEP style clue when a passage shows the continuation of a sentence beyond the end of a poetic line, which term fits? Option A, dramatic irony. Option B, narrator. Option C, enjambment. Option D, unreliable narrator. The correct answer is option C, enjambment. Enjambment fits because it means the continuation of a sentence beyond the end of a poetic line. Dramatic irony and narrator refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Unreliable narrator is also different. Caesura is a pause within a line, and stopping completes a sentence at line end. Allusion is a reference. Question 19. Testing a CLEP style clue during terminology review. Which term matches a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect? Option A, mock epic. Option B, enjambment. Option C, dramatic irony. Option D, elegy. The correct answer is option A, mock epic. Mock epic fits because it means a work that applies epic style to a trivial subject for comic or satiric effect. Enjambment and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Elegy is also different. Tragedy centers on serious downfall. Pastoral idealizes rural life. Elegy mourns loss. Question 20. Who wrote lyrical ballads? Option A, T.S. Eliot. Option B, George Orwell. Option C, William Wordsworth. Option D, Christopher Marlowe. The correct answer is option C, William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth fits because Lyrical Ballads is a landmark romantic collection favoring ordinary language, nature, feeling, and imagination. George Orwell is linked to 1984. T.S. Eliot is linked to The Waste Land. Christopher Marlowe points instead to Dr. Faustus, so it does not match this clue. Question 21. Tracing a CLEP-style clue. If a clue names Belinda and the Stolen Lock of Hair, which title is expected? Option A, Holy Sonnets. Option B, Frankenstein. Option C, The Rape of the Lock. Option D, In Memoriam AHH. The correct answer is option C, The Rape of the Lock. Belinda is the fashionable figure at the center of Pope's mock heroic satire. Tess belongs to Hardy, Jane Eyre belongs to Bronte, Grendel belongs to Beowulf. Question 22. Study cards should connect Thomas Hardy with which work? Option A, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Option B, The Golden Notebook. Option C, The Waste Land. Option D, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. The correct answer is option A, Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Tess of the D'Urbervilles fits because it is Thomas Hardy's work, a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. The Waste Land is associated with T.S. Eliot. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is associated with T.S. Eliot. The Golden Notebook belongs with Doris Lessing, not this author clue. Question 23. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to Elizabeth Barrett Browning? Option A, Olmos. Option B, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Option C, Gulliver's Travels. Option D, Beowulf. The correct answer is option B, Sonnets from the Portuguese. Sonnets from the Portuguese fits because it is Elizabeth Barrett Browning's work, a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. Beowulf is associated with anonymous Old English poet. Olmos is associated with Derek Walcott. Gulliver's Travels belongs with Jonathan Swift, not this author clue. Question 24. Studying a CLEP-style clue, can you name the literary term for unrhymed iambic pentameter? Option A, personification. Option B, irony. Option C, villanelle. Option D, blank verse. The correct answer is option D, blank verse. Blank verse fits because it means unrhymed iambic pentameter. Personification and irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Villanelle is also different. Free verse has no regular meter. Heroic couplets rhyme in pairs. Ballads usually use narrative stanzas. Question 25. Which term fits a passage where two polished rhyming lines of iambic pentameter close a satiric point? Option A, villanelle. Option B, Spenserian stanza. Option C, blank verse. Option D, heroic couplet. The correct answer is option D, heroic couplet. Heroic couplet fits because heroic couplets are rhymed pairs in iambic pentameter, especially important in neoclassical poetry and satire. Blank verse is wrong because blank verse has no rhyme. Spenserian stanza and villanelle describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 26. Examining a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with John Milton. Option A, Ode to the West Wind. Option B, Paradise Lost. Option C, The Remains of the Day. Option D, Hamlet. The correct answer is option B, Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost fits because it is John Milton's work, a blank verse epic on the fall, Satan, obedience, free will and divine justice. Ode to the West Wind is associated with Percy Bysshe Shelley, Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. The Remains of the Day belongs with Kazuo Ishiguro, not this author clue. Question 27. Considering a CLEP-style clue, recall which author is known for holy sonnets. Option A. Robert Browning. Option B. John Donne. Option C. Oscar Wilde. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B. John Donne. John Donne fits because Holy Sonnets is a group of metaphysical poems using paradox, argument, and intense spiritual drama. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Oscar Wilde is linked to the importance of being earnest. Robert Browning points instead to My Last Duchess, so it does not match this clue. Question 28. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue during work matching, which title belongs to William Shakespeare? Option A. Preface to Shakespeare. Option B. Holy Sonnets. Option C. Orinoco. Option D. Sonnets. The correct answer is option D. Sonnets. Sonnets fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. Holy Sonnets is associated with John Donne, Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. Preface to Shakespeare belongs with Samuel Johnson, not this author clue. Question 29. Testing a CLEP-style clue during author review, which writer belongs with The Rape of the Lock? Option A. Alexander Pope. Option B. Aphra Behn. Option C. William Blake. Option D. John Milton. The correct answer is option A. Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope fits because The Rape of the Lock is a mock-heroic poem using heroic couplets to satirize social vanity. Aphra Behn is linked to Orinoco, John Milton is linked to Paradise Lost. William Blake points instead to Songs of Innocence and Experience, so it does not match this clue. Question 30. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about Matthew Arnold most likely be answered? Option A. Great Expectations. Option B. Ode to the West Wind. Option C. Dover Beach. Option D. Songs of Innocence and Experience. The correct answer is option C. Dover Beach. Dover Beach fits because it is Matthew Arnold's work, a Victorian lyric often linked with religious doubt, melancholy and cultural uncertainty. Ode to the West Wind is associated with Percy Bysshe Shelley, Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake. Great Expectations belongs with Charles Dickens, not this author clue. Question 31. Recall which author is known for The Faerie Queene? Option A. Samuel Beckett. Option B. William Shakespeare. Option C. Robert Browning. Option D. Edmund Spenser. The correct answer is option D. Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser fits because The Faerie Queene is an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. Robert Browning is linked to My Last Duchess, William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. Samuel Beckett points instead to Waiting for Godot, so it does not match this clue. Question 32. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, study cards should connect W.B. Yeats with which work? Option A. Lyrical Ballads. Option B. The Second Coming. Option C. Midnight's Children. Option D. Orinoco. The correct answer is option B. The Second Coming. The Second Coming fits because it is W.B. Yeats's work, a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. Midnight's Children is associated with Salman Rushdie, Orinoco is associated with Aphra Behn. Lyrical Ballads belongs with William Wordsworth, not this author clue. Question 33. Preparing a CLEP-style clue during author review, which writer belongs with Things Fall Apart? Option A. Jonathan Swift. Option B. Emily Bronte. Option C. Chinua Achebe. Option D. Robert Browning. The correct answer is option C. Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe fits because Things Fall Apart is a post-colonial novel about Igbo society, colonial disruption and cultural conflict. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels, Robert Browning is linked to My Last Duchess. Emily Bronte points instead to Wuthering Heights, so it does not match this clue. Question 34. Can a CLEP item about John Bunyan point to which work? Option A. The Pilgrim's Progress. Option B. The Golden Notebook. Option C. Tristram Shandy. Option D. King Lear. The correct answer is option A. The Pilgrim's Progress. The Pilgrim's Progress fits because it is John Bunyan's work, a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. The Golden Notebook is associated with Doris Lessing, King Lear is associated with William Shakespeare. Tristram Shandy belongs with Lawrence Sterne, not this author clue. Question 35. Recognizing a CLEP style clue among these works, which one is by George Herbert? Option A. Troilus and Cresside. Option B. The Remains of the Day. Option C. Tristram Shandy. Option D. The Temple. The correct answer is option D. The Temple. The Temple fits because it is George Herbert's work, a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro, Tristram Shandy is associated with Lawrence Sterne, Troilus and Cresside belongs with Geoffrey Chaucer, not this author clue. Question 36. Examining a CLEP style clue, how should a reader label a passage where nearby words begin with repeated consonant sounds? Option A. Irony. Option B. Alliteration. Option C. Assonance. Option D. Meter. The correct answer is option B. Alliteration. Alliteration fits because alliteration repeats initial consonant sounds and is especially important in Old English poetry. Assonance is wrong because assonance repeats vowel sounds. Meter and irony describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 37. During author review, which writer belongs with the Second Coming? Option A. Sir Thomas Malory. Option B. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C. Samuel Beckett. Option D. W. B. Yeats. The correct answer is option D. W. B. Yeats. W. B. Yeats fits because The Second Coming is a modernist symbolic poem known for apocalyptic imagery and historical disorder. Sir Thomas Malory is linked to L.E. Mort d'Arthur, Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind, Samuel Beckett points instead to Waiting for Godot, so it does not match this clue. Question 38. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, identify the period linked with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture. Option A. Modernism. Option B. Middle English. Option C. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option D. Romantic. The correct answer is option C. Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Anglo-Saxon/Old English fits because it is commonly linked with alliterative verse, heroic loyalty, oral tradition, and a warrior culture. Middle English is different because Middle English is more closely tied to Chaucer, estates satire, and later medieval forms. Romantic and modernism point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 39. Testing a CLEP-style clue, recognizing Lord Byron should lead to which title? Option A. Ulysses. Option B. 1984. Option C. Don Juan. Option D. Ode on a Grecian Urn. The correct answer is option C. Don Juan. Don Juan fits because it is Lord Byron's work, a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Ode on a Grecian Urn is associated with John Keats, 1984 is associated with George Orwell. Ulysses belongs with James Joyce, not this author clue. Question 40. Who wrote to his coy mistress? Option A. Daniel Defoe. Option B. Andrew Marvell. Option C. John Keats. Option D. D.H. Lawrence. The correct answer is option B. Andrew Marvell. Andrew Marvell fits because To His Coy Mistress is a carpe diem metaphysical poem that moves from persuasion to urgency. D.H. Lawrence is linked to Sons and Lovers, John Keats is linked to Ode on a Grecian Urn. Daniel Defoe points instead to Robinson Crusoe, so it does not match this clue. Question 41. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, if a poem uses the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem, which device is present? Option A. Rhyme scheme. Option B. Paradox. Option C. Synecdoche. Option D. Personification. The correct answer is option A. Rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme fits because it means the ordered pattern of end rhymes in a poem. Synecdoche and paradox refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Personification is also different, meter is rhythm, diction is word choice, imagery is sensory language. Question 42. Can you identify the technique when a song-like poem tells a story in simple repeated stanzas? Option A. Sonnet. Option B. Mock epic. Option C. Ballad. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option C. Ballad. Ballad fits because ballads are narrative, song-like poems often using repetition, dialogue, and strong rhythms. Elegy is wrong because elegy mourns death or loss. Mock epic and sonnet describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 43. Preparing a CLEP-style clue, recall which author is known for Ode to the West Wind. Option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option B. William Blake. Option C. Emily Bronte. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option A. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley fits because Ode to the West Wind is a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. William Blake is linked to Songs of Innocence and Experience. Emily Bronte is linked to Wuthering Heights. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 44. Who wrote North? Option A. Seamus Heaney. Option B. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option C. Doris Lessing. Option D. Salman Rushdie. The correct answer is option A. Seamus Heaney. Seamus Heaney fits because North is a modern poetry collection often linked with history, violence, bog imagery, and memory. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 45. Among these terms, which one names a strong pause or break within a line of poetry? Option A. Villanelle. Option B. Gothic. Option C. Dramatic irony. Option D. Caesura. The correct answer is option D. Caesura. Caesura fits because it means a strong pause or break within a line of poetry. Villanelle and dramatic irony refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Gothic is also different. Enjambment runs the sentence beyond the line. Alliteration repeats consonants. Octave names the first 8 lines of some sonnets. Question 46. Examining a CLEP style clue. If a clue names the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which author is expected? Option A. Lawrence Sterne. Option B. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option C. James Joyce. Option D. William Shakespeare. The correct answer is option B. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Samuel Taylor Coleridge fits because the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is a supernatural romantic ballad involving guilt, punishment, and imaginative vision. William Shakespeare is linked to Hamlet. James Joyce is linked to Ulysses. Lawrence Sterne points instead to Tristram Shandy, so it does not match this clue. Question 47. Considering a CLEP-style clue, when a passage shows using objects, actions, or images to suggest meanings beyond the literal, which term fits? Option A. Alliteration. Option B. Assonance. Option C. Narrator. Option D. Symbolism. The correct answer is option D. Symbolism. Symbolism fits because it means using objects, actions, or images to suggest meanings beyond the literal. Assonance and alliteration refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Narrator is also different. Realism depicts ordinary life. Meter structures rhythm. Soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Question 48. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue during work matching, which title belongs to Christopher Marlowe? Option A. Dr. Faustus. Option B. Waiting for Godot. Option C. Mrs. Dalloway. Option D. North. The correct answer is option A. Dr. Faustus. Dr. Faustus fits because it is Christopher Marlowe's work, a Renaissance tragedy about ambition, forbidden knowledge, and a bargain with the devil. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Waiting for Godot is associated with Samuel Beckett. Mrs. Dalloway belongs with Virginia Woolf, not this author clue. Question 49. Testing a CLEP-style clue, which term fits a passage where characters named for virtues or vices act out a moral journey? Option A. Allegory. Option B. Realism. Option C. Assonance. Option D. Soliloquy. The correct answer is option A. Allegory. Allegory fits because allegory gives narrative elements sustained symbolic meanings, often moral or religious. Realism is wrong because realism emphasizes ordinary believable life. Assonance and soliloquy describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 50. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, how is a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning usually labeled? Option A. Personification. Option B. Alliteration. Option C. Irony. Option D. Free indirect discourse. The correct answer is option C. Irony. Irony fits because it means a contrast between expectation and reality or between literal and intended meaning. Alliteration and personification refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Free indirect discourse is also different. Imagery appeals to the senses. Meter organizes rhythm. Symbolism uses objects to suggest larger meanings. Question 51. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, recall which author is known for Omrose? Option A. Aphra Behn. Option B. Derek Walcott. Option C. Samuel Beckett. Option D. Charlotte Bronte. The correct answer is option B. Derek Walcott. Derek Walcott fits because Omrose is a Caribbean epic that reworks classical forms through post-colonial history and island experience. Aphra Behn is linked to Orinoco. Samuel Beckett is linked to Waiting for Godot. Charlotte Bronte points instead to Jane Eyre, so it does not match this clue. Question 52. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, which author is most closely associated with in memoriam AHH? Option A. Aphra Behn. Option B. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option C. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option D. Charles Dickens. The correct answer is option B. Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Alfred, Lord Tennyson fits because In Memoriam AHH is a Victorian elegy that wrestles with grief, faith, science, and doubt. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. Charles Dickens is linked to Great Expectations. Aphra Behn points instead to Orinoco, so it does not match this clue. Question 53. Can you name the literary term for 5 iambic feet, usually 10 syllables with an unstressed stressed pattern? Option A. Satire. Option B. Iambic pentameter. Option C. Mock epic. Option D. Metaphor. The correct answer is option B. Iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter fits because it means 5 iambic feet, usually 10 syllables with an unstressed stressed pattern. Mock epic and metaphor refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Satire is also different. Trochaic meter begins stressed unstressed, free verse lacks regular meter, Anapest has 2 unstressed syllables before a stressed one. Question 54. Among these terms, which one names a larger story that contains one or more smaller stories? Option A. Allusion. Option B. Couplet. Option C. Frame narrative. Option D. Satire. The correct answer is option C. Frame narrative. Frame narrative fits because it means a larger story that contains one or more smaller stories. Allusion and satire refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Couplet is also different. Bildungsroman follows growth to maturity, allegory uses sustained symbols, pastoral idealizes rural settings. Question 55. Among these writers, who is linked to Waiting for Godot? Option A. Matthew Arnold. Option B. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C. Samuel Taylor Coleridge. Option D. Samuel Beckett. The correct answer is option D. Samuel Beckett. Samuel Beckett fits because Waiting for Godot is an absurdist drama centered on waiting, repetition, uncertainty, and minimal action. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is linked to the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Matthew Arnold points instead to Dover Beach, so it does not match this clue. Question 56. When Geoffrey Chaucer appears in review, which title fits? Option A. Sons and Lovers. Option B. Troilus and Cresside. Option C. Hard Times. Option D. The Remains of the Day. The correct answer is option B. Troilus and Cresside. Troilus and Cresside fits because it is Geoffrey Chaucer's work, a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. The Remains of the Day is associated with Kazuo Ishiguro. Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. Sons and Lovers belongs with D. H. Lawrence, not this author clue. Question 57. Recognizing Winston Smith points to which work? Option A. 1984. Option B. The Importance of Being Earnest. Option C. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option D. Sons and Lovers. The correct answer is option A. 1984. Winston Smith is Orwell's protagonist under totalitarian surveillance and language control. Pip belongs to Dickens, Faustus belongs to Marlowe, Okonkwo belongs to Achebe. Question 58. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, should sonnets from the Portuguese be matched with which writer? Option A. John Donne. Option B. Doris Lessing. Option C. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D. Alexander Pope. The correct answer is option C. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Elizabeth Barrett Browning fits because Sonnets from the Portuguese is a Victorian sonnet sequence exploring love, voice, and devotion. Doris Lessing is linked to the Golden Notebook. Alexander Pope is linked to the Rape of the Lock. John Donne points instead to Holy Sonnets, so it does not match this clue. Question 59. During passage analysis, which term matches the clue that a poem follows 3 quatrains and a final rhyming couplet? Option A. Epic. Option B. Ode. Option C. Petrarchan sonnet. Option D. Shakespearean sonnet. The correct answer is option D. Shakespearean sonnet. Shakespearean sonnet fits because the Shakespearean sonnet organizes 14 lines into 3 quatrains and a concluding couplet. Petrarchan sonnet is wrong because Petrarchan sonnets divide into octave and sestet. Ode and epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 60. Comparing a CLEP-style clue, which author is most closely associated with sonnets? Option A. William Shakespeare. Option B. Christopher Marlowe. Option C. Virginia Woolf. Option D. Samuel Beckett. The correct answer is option A, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because sonnets is a sonnet sequence often tested for rhyme scheme, love, time, beauty, and mortality. Christopher Marlowe is linked to Dr. Faustus, Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Samuel Beckett points instead to Waiting for Godot, so it does not match this clue. Question 61. When Don Juan appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, George Eliot. Option B, Derek Walcott. Option C, Lord Byron. Option D, Jonathan Swift. The correct answer is option C, Lord Byron. Lord Byron fits because Don Juan is a witty satirical verse narrative associated with the Byronic voice and social critique. Jonathan Swift is linked to Gulliver's Travels, Derek Walcott is linked to Omrose. George Eliot points instead to Middlemarch, so it does not match this clue. Question 62. Interpreting a CLEP style clue among these titles, which one contains Lady Macbeth? Option A, Lyrical Ballads. Option B, Macbeth. Option C, Sonnets. Option D, Wuthering Heights. The correct answer is option B, Macbeth. Lady Macbeth belongs to the tragedy of ambition and guilt surrounding Duncan's murder. Hamlet focuses on a Danish prince, The Rape of the Lock satirizes social vanity, Middlemarch is a realist Victorian novel. Question 63. Can a CLEP item about Aphra point to which work? Option A, Orinoco. Option B, Macbeth. Option C, North. Option D, Holy Sonnets. The correct answer is option A, Orinoco. Orinoco fits because it is Aphra Behn's work, an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery, and heroic romance. Holy Sonnets is associated with John Donne, Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare. North belongs with Seamus Heaney, not this author clue. Question 64. Among these works, which one is by Percy Bysshe Shelley? Option A, Ode to the West Wind. Option B, 1984. Option C, Tom Jones. Option D, Sonnets. The correct answer is option A, Ode to the West Wind. Ode to the West Wind fits because it is Percy Bysshe Shelley's work, a romantic ode that treats nature as destructive, creative, and revolutionary power. Tom Jones is associated with Henry Fielding, 1984 is associated with George Orwell. Sonnets belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 65. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue, choose the work most closely linked with William Wordsworth. Option A, Lyrical Ballads. Option B, North. Option C, Mrs. Dalloway. Option D, Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option A, Lyrical Ballads. Lyrical Ballads fits because it is William Wordsworth's work, a landmark romantic collection favoring ordinary language, nature, feeling, and imagination. Mrs. Dalloway is associated with Virginia Woolf, North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Dr. Faustus belongs with Christopher Marlowe, not this author clue. Question 66. When a CLEP-style passage shows that a sentence runs beyond the line break before completing its grammar, which answer works? Option A, caesura. Option B, end stopping. Option C, alliteration. Option D, enjambment. The correct answer is option D, enjambment. Enjambment fits because enjambment occurs when syntax flows past the end of a poetic line, often increasing movement or suspense. Caesura is wrong because caesura is a pause within a line. End stopping and alliteration describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 67. Considering a CLEP-style clue, during work matching, which title belongs to John Donne? Option A, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B, Hard Times. Option C, Holy Sonnets. Option D, The Tempest. The correct answer is option C, Holy Sonnets. Holy Sonnets fits because it is John Donne's work, a group of metaphysical poems using paradox, argument, and intense spiritual drama. Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake, Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. The Tempest belongs with William Shakespeare, not this author clue. Question 68. Recognizing Edmund Spenser should lead to which title? Option A, North. Option B, The Faerie Queene. Option C, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option D, The Remains of the Day. The correct answer is option B, The Faerie Queene. The Faerie Queene fits because it is Edmund Spenser's work, an allegorical Renaissance epic romance written in the Spenserian stanza. North is associated with Seamus Heaney, Songs of Innocence and Experience is associated with William Blake. The Remains of the Day belongs with Kazuo Ishiguro, not this author clue. Question 69. Testing a CLEP-style clue when the temple appears in a literature clue, which writer fits? Option A, George Herbert. Option B. Lawrence Stern. Option C. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option D. Salman Rushdie. The correct answer is option A. George Herbert. George Herbert fits because The Temple is a collection of devotional metaphysical poems shaped by faith, pattern, and spiritual conflict. Lawrence Stern is linked to Tristram Shandy. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Salman Rushdie points instead to Midnight's Children, so it does not match this clue. Question 70. Comparing a CLEP-style clue if a poem uses the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet, which device is present? Option A. Motif. Option B. Sestet. Option C. Satire. Option D. Tragedy. The correct answer is option B. Sestet. Sestet fits because it means the 6-line unit that often follows the octave in a Petrarchan sonnet. Satire and tragedy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Motif is also different, octave is 8 lines, couplet is 2 lines, refrain is repeated language. Question 71. Recognizing a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry points to which term? Option A. Kenning. Option B. Personification. Option C. Foreshadowing. Option D. Elegy. The correct answer is option A. Ing. Kenning fits because it means a compact metaphorical compound common in Old English poetry. Personification and elegy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Foreshadowing is also different. Conceit is usually a longer elaborate comparison. Epithet is a descriptive tag. Metonymy uses association rather than compounding. Question 72. Interpreting a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to Oscar Wilde? Option A. L.E. Mort d'Arthur. Option B. The Fairy Queen. Option C. The Importance of Being Earnest. Option D. Dr. Faustus. The correct answer is option C. The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest fits because it is Oscar Wilde's work, a late Victorian comedy of manners built on wit, double identities, and social satire. Dr. Faustus is associated with Christopher Marlowe. L.E. Mort d'Arthur is associated with Sir Thomas Malory. The Fairy Queen belongs with Edmund Spenser, not this author clue. Question 73. Can you name the literary term for a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development? Option A. Bildungsroman. Option B. Couplet. Option C. Dramatic monologue. Option D. Sonnet. The correct answer is option A. Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman fits because it means a novel tracing a protagonist's growth, education, and moral development. Couplet and sonnet refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Dramatic monologue is also different. Epic is a heroic poem. Allegory uses sustained symbolic meaning. Satire mocks vice. Question 74. Should Troilus and Creasy be matched with which writer? Option A. John Donne. Option B. D. H. Lawrence. Option C. Geoffrey Chaucer. Option D. George Herbert. The correct answer is option C. Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer fits because Troilus and Cresside is a Middle English narrative poem focused on love, fortune, and betrayal. D. H. Lawrence is linked to sons and lovers. John Donne is linked to holy sonnets. George Herbert points instead to The Temple, so it does not match this clue. Question 75. Choose the work most closely linked with John Keats. Option A. The Rape of the Lock. Option B. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option C. Ode on a Grecian Urn. Option D. The Canterbury Tales. The correct answer is option C. Ode on a Grecian Urn. Ode on a Grecian Urn fits because it is John Keats's work, a romantic ode meditating on art, beauty, permanence, and human transience. The Rape of the Lock is associated with Alexander Pope. The Canterbury Tales is associated with Geoffrey Chaucer. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock belongs with T.S. Eliot, not this author clue. Question 76. Examining a CLEP-style clue, when James Joyce appears in review, which title fits? Option A. North. Option B. Ulysses. Option C. Tristram Shandy. Option D. Macbeth. The correct answer is option B. Ulysses. Ulysses fits because it is James Joyce's work, a modernist novel associated with stream of consciousness, mythic parallels, and one-day structure. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Macbeth is associated with William Shakespeare. Tristram Shandy belongs with Lawrence Stern, not this author clue. Question 77. Considering a CLEP-style clue, during work matching, which title belongs to T.S. Eliot? Option A. Ulysses. Option B. Hard Times. Option C. The Wasteland. Option D. The Rape of the Lock. The correct answer is option C. The Wasteland. The Wasteland fits because it is T.S. Eliot's work, a modernist poem marked by fragmentation, illusion, spiritual dryness, and cultural crisis. Ulysses is associated with James Joyce, Hard Times is associated with Charles Dickens. The Rape of the Lock belongs with Alexander Pope, not this author. Clue. Question 78. Among these titles, which one contains Prospero? Option A, The Second Coming. Option B, Lyrical Ballads. Option C, The Tempest. Option D, Don Juan. The correct answer is option C, The Tempest. Prospero is the magician and exiled ruler in Shakespeare's late romance. Lear belongs to King Lear, Gulliver belongs to Swift's satire, Okonkwo belongs to Things Fall Apart. Question 79. Among these writers, who is linked to the Wasteland? Option A, Henry Fielding. Option B, Matthew Arnold. Option C, Alfred, Lord Tennyson. Option D, T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is option D, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot fits because The Wasteland is a modernist poem marked by fragmentation, illusion, spiritual dryness, and cultural crisis. Henry Fielding is linked to Tom Jones, Alfred. Lord Tennyson is linked to In Memoriam AHH. Matthew Arnold points instead to Dover Beach, so it does not match this clue. Question 80. If a question asks for the speaker's attitude toward a subject, which concept is being tested? Option A, setting. Option B, plot. Option C, mood. Option D, tone. The correct answer is option D, tone. Tone fits because tone names the speaker's or author's attitude, such as ironic, reverent, skeptical, or mournful. Mood is wrong because mood is the feeling created in the reader. Plot and setting describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 81. Study cards should connect Sir Thomas Malory with which work? Option A, L.E. Mort d'Arthur. Option B, Middlemarch. Option C, The Second Coming. Option D, North. The correct answer is option A, L.E. Mort d'Arthur. L.E. Mort d'Arthur fits because it is Sir Thomas Malory's work, a prose romance that gathers Arthurian legends of knights, quests, and chivalry. The Second Coming is associated with W. B. Yeats. North is associated with Seamus Heaney. Middlemarch belongs with George Eliot, not this author. Clue. Question 82. Should The Pilgrim's Progress be matched with which writer? Option A, Virginia Woolf. Option B, Percy Bysshe Shelley. Option C, John Bunyan. Option D, Samuel Johnson. The correct answer is option C, John Bunyan. John Bunyan fits because The Pilgrim's Progress is a religious allegory that turns Christian life into a symbolic journey. Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. Percy Bysshe Shelley is linked to Ode to the West Wind. Samuel Johnson points instead to Preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 83. During passage analysis, which term matches the clue that a 14-line poem divides into an octave and sestet? Option A, Shakespearean sonnet. Option B, Petrarchan sonnet. Option C, villanelle. Option D, ballad. The correct answer is option B, Petrarchan sonnet. Petrarchan sonnet fits because the Petrarchan sonnet usually turns between an 8-line octave and a 6-line sestet. Shakespearean sonnet is wrong because Shakespearean sonnets use 3 quatrains and a closing couplet. Ballad and villanelle describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 84. Studying a CLEP-style clue, which work includes Iago? Option A, Paradise Lost. Option B, Jane Eyre. Option C, Othello. Option D, 1984. The correct answer is option C, Othello. Iago is the manipulator whose deception drives Othello's jealousy. Satan belongs to Paradise Lost. Prospero belongs to The Tempest. Pip belongs to Great Expectations. Question 85. Recognizing a CLEP-style clue when a review note mentions empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory, which period fits? Option A, Restoration. Option B, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option C, Metaphysical poetry. Option D, Post-colonial/Commonwealth. The correct answer is option D, Post-colonial/Commonwealth. Post-colonial/Commonwealth fits because it is commonly linked with empire, decolonization, language, cultural identity, displacement, and historical memory. Restoration is different because Restoration literature is linked with wit, theater, and comedy of manners. Metaphysical poetry and Anglo-Saxon/Old English point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 86. Can Hamlet help identify which author? Option A, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option B, George Eliot. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, Sir Thomas Malory. The correct answer is option C, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare fits because Hamlet is a revenge tragedy centered on delay, conscience, performance, and corruption. Geoffrey Chaucer is linked to the Canterbury Tales, Sir Thomas Malory is linked to Ellie Mort d'Arthur. George Eliot points instead to Middlemarch, so it does not match this clue. Question 87. Considering a CLEP-style clue, which period is most associated with imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience? Option A, Neoclassical. Option B, Restoration. Option C, Victorian. Option D, Romantic. The correct answer is option D, Romantic. Romantic fits because it is commonly linked with imagination, nature, emotion, the ordinary person, and the value of individual experience. Neoclassical is different because neoclassical literature values order, satire, and rational polish. Restoration and Victorian point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 88. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, how would a clue about T.S. Eliot most likely be answered? Option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Option B. Heart of Darkness. Option C. 1984. Option D. Preface to Shakespeare. The correct answer is option A. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock fits because it is T.S. Eliot's work, a modernist dramatic monologue about paralysis, self-consciousness, and urban alienation. Heart of Darkness is associated with Joseph Conrad, 1984 is associated with George Orwell. Preface to Shakespeare belongs with Samuel Johnson, not this author clue. Question 89. Among these periods, which one matches industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels? Option A, Renaissance. Option B, Victorian. Option C, Anglo-Saxon/Old English. Option D, Romantic. The correct answer is option B, Victorian. Victorian fits because it is commonly linked with industrial society, social reform, realism, class mobility, faith and doubt, and long novels. Romantic is different because Romantic literature places greater emphasis on imagination, nature, and individual feeling. Anglo-Saxon/Old English and Renaissance point to other historical patterns, so they do not match this clue. Question 90. Can sons and lovers help identify which author? Option A, Edmund Spenser. Option B, T.S. Eliot. Option C, Virginia Woolf. Option D, D.H. Lawrence. The correct answer is option D, D.H. Lawrence. D.H. Lawrence fits because Sons and Lovers is a modern novel of psychological realism, family bonds, sexuality and class tension. Edmund Spenser is linked to the Fairy Queen, Virginia Woolf is linked to Mrs. Dalloway. T.S. Eliot points instead to The Wasteland, so it does not match this clue. Question 91. Tracing a CLEP-style clue, which work is tied to William Shakespeare? Option A, Middlemarch. Option B, Hamlet. Option C, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Option D, The Golden Notebook. The correct answer is option C, A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Midsummer Night's Dream fits because it is William Shakespeare's work, a comedy that mixes lovers, fairies, mistaken identities, and theatrical play. Middlemarch is associated with George Eliot, Hamlet is associated with William Shakespeare. The Golden Notebook belongs with Doris Lessing, not this author clue. Question 92. Spotting that third-person narration slips into a character's private language and thoughts should lead to which term? Option A, free indirect discourse. Option B, soliloquy. Option C, mock epic. Option D, frame narrative. The correct answer is option A, free indirect discourse. Free indirect discourse fits because free indirect discourse blends third-person narration with a character's inner voice, a technique important in Austen and later fiction. Soliloquy is wrong because soliloquy is a dramatic speech. Frame narrative and mock epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 93. Among these terms, which one names a rhymed pair of iambic pentameter lines often used in neoclassical poetry? Option A, heroic couplet. Option B, elegy. Option C, metaphor. Option D, comedy of manners. The correct answer is option A, heroic couplet. Heroic couplet fits because it means a rhymed pair of iambic pentameter lines often used in neoclassical poetry. Metaphor and elegy refer to different literary concepts, not this exact clue. Comedy of manners is also different, blank verse is unrhymed, Spenserian stanza has 9 lines, ballad meter is song-like and narrative. Question 94. Studying a CLEP-style clue, can Tess of the D'Urbervilles help identify which author? Option A, Matthew Arnold. Option B, Thomas Hardy. Option C, William Shakespeare. Option D, Chinua Achebe. The correct answer is option B, Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy fits because Tess of the D'Urbervilles is a late Victorian tragic novel involving social judgment, fate, sexuality, and rural change. Chinua Achebe is linked to Things Fall Apart, Matthew Arnold is linked to Dover Beach. William Shakespeare points instead to Hamlet, so it does not match this clue. Question 95. Which term fits a passage where one speaker addresses a silent listener and unintentionally exposes his character? Option A, epic. Option B, pastoral. Option C, elegy. Option D, dramatic monologue. The correct answer is option D, dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue fits because a dramatic monologue reveals the speaker through voice, situation, and what the speaker fails to understand about himself. Elegy is wrong because elegy mourns the dead. Pastoral and epic describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 96. Examining a CLEP-style clue, can you identify the technique when a novel stresses haunted spaces, secrecy, terror, and psychological darkness? Option A, neoclassical satire. Option B, pastoral. Option C, domestic realism. Option D, Gothic. The correct answer is option D, Gothic. Gothic fits because Gothic fiction uses fear, mystery, confinement, and dark settings to explore emotional or moral anxiety. Pastoral is wrong because pastoral idealizes rural simplicity. Neoclassical satire and domestic realism describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 97. Considering a CLEP-style clue among these choices, which one explains a passage where the audience understands danger or truth that a character does not yet see? Option A, dramatic irony. Option B, foreshadowing. Option C, situational irony. Option D, verbal irony. The correct answer is option A, dramatic irony. Dramatic irony fits because dramatic irony depends on a gap between audience knowledge and character knowledge. Verbal irony is wrong because verbal irony says one thing while meaning another. Situational irony and foreshadowing describe different features, so they do not fit this clue. Question 98. Reviewing a CLEP-style clue, can L.E. Mort d'Arthur help identify which author? Option A, Salman Rushdie. Option B, Sir Thomas Malory. Option C, Samuel Johnson. Option D, Ben Jonson. The correct answer is option B, Sir Thomas Malory. Sir Thomas Malory fits because L.E. Mort d'Arthur is a prose romance that gathers Arthurian legends of knights, quests, and chivalry. Salman Rushdie is linked to Midnight's Children. Ben Jonson is linked to Volpone. Samuel Johnson points instead to preface to Shakespeare, so it does not match this clue. Question 99. Testing a CLEP-style clue on a CLEP study card, which writer belongs with Orinoco? Option A, Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Option B, Edmund Spenser. Option C, Aphra Behn. Option D, Emily Bronte. The correct answer is option C, Aphra Behn. Aphra Behn fits because Orinoco is an early prose narrative associated with colonialism, slavery, and heroic romance. Edmund Spenser is linked to the Fairy Queen. Elizabeth Barrett Browning is linked to sonnets from the Portuguese. Emily Bronte points instead to Wuthering Heights, so it does not match this clue. Question 100. Study cards should connect William Blake with which work? Option A, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Option B, Gulliver's Travels. Option C, Othello. Option D, Wuthering Heights. The correct answer is option A, Songs of Innocence and Experience. Songs of Innocence and Experience fits because it is William Blake's work, visionary poems contrasting innocence, experience, social oppression, and spiritual perception. Othello is associated with William Shakespeare. Wuthering Heights is associated with Emily Bronte. Gulliver's Travels belongs with Jonathan Swift, not this author clue.